Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about the topic of coming back to ballet after a break. So I touched on this topic a little bit in my short vlog about my first ballet class back, but I really feel like there is so much to say about this. I feel like coming back to ballet after a break can be a really big source of emotional distress or just turmoil inside for a lot of people, at least for myself, and I know I've had conversations with friends before on the topic as well. In fact, when I first started, I had the idea for this little blog that I wanted to do was actually right after the birth of my second child, and I think the second or third post that I ever made on my website was about coming back to ballet after my pregnancy with her. But here I am again after the birth of our third baby, going back to ballet, and I'm experiencing it all over again. Then in looking through my old posts on my blog, I have so many posts that I've like half written and never posted, and there was one that I wrote last summer after I had a conversation with one of my adult ballet students about her coming back to ballet after a 5-year break. And I really think this is something probably every dancer experiences. So we have so many different reasons that we take breaks, and I think it is so important to change our perspective on coming back. I know, at least for myself, that I've definitely felt a lot of trepidation when coming back to ballet, and I've definitely fallen down the rabbit hole of just beating myself up for not being as good as I used to be, for taking time off, whatever. The list goes on and on about all the things that we can berate ourselves with, right? Or all of the ways that we can make ourselves miserable when coming back to ballet. And I just wholeheartedly believe that that is entirely the wrong approach. Life is constantly changing, right? This is what we were talking about. Life is always changing, no matter what. And if you think about it, it would be really boring and sad if it never changed, if we were just always stuck being the same person, living the same day over and over again. The beauty of life is the way that everything ebbs and flows and changes and grows, and we can choose to grow with it. We can choose to change with it. We can choose to see what is unfolding in our life and shape ourselves according to it. I think as dancers, we're just naturally really hard on ourselves. I know a lot of dancers who have horrible self-talk and who just think terrible things about themselves. It's really sad, actually. I'll say that every year as I grow older, I grow more and more appreciation for my body. I've now had 3 children, and I'm just amazed at what my body does. I love my body so much, and I could do a whole video on that and that whole process of coming to love my body, because it has been quite a process for me. But what I really wanted to talk about is just the mental perspective. So, I mean, we can't pretend like our bodies are what they used to be, right? Especially if it's been many years since you've been in consistent ballet class. That's not what I'm talking about, though. You have to approach it as a completely different person. You don't want to approach it with, oh, I used to do ballet and now I'm coming back with, you know, a different body because I don't do ballet anymore. So I'm out of shape and weak and fat and etc., etc. You see how negative that sounds? You're a completely different person every single day. We are constantly being shaped, you know, whether we are aware of it and taking part of it, or if we are just letting things happen to us, we're constantly changing. I really do believe that whether it's been a week or a month or years, that each time you come back to dance, it's a completely new rebirth, and you should view it that way. You need to approach it with an open mind and an open heart to see what's going to happen. How is my body going to react? What nuances will I find? What part will I enjoy? I'm a different person now than I used to be. I have different experiences to bring, right? How boring would it be to just watch technically perfect people doing ballet who weren't adding and infusing their life into it? So whenever you come back, you need to really take everything that you've experienced all of the loss, all of the discoveries, all of the people that you've met, all of the things that you've tried, and infuse them into your dancing. And I promise it will be a better experience. When I took that ballet class that I just took last week, I definitely felt different. I felt the weakness in my muscles. I felt a lot of judgmental thoughts that I used to have trying to come back, but I really felt like I was able to reject them and replace them, and I was able to enjoy it, and that is such a success for me. I love to dance, and that's something that is so important to remember when you're returning from a break. You need to remember why you started in the first place, why you continue to come back. Anytime during that class that I felt my thoughts slipping to negative thoughts about my performance, instead I decided to really listen to the music and to enjoy the music and enjoy how it felt to move my body to the music. And what a difference, right? What a difference it is to enjoy dancing, to really, really be in that moment with the music, with your body moving, instead of being in your head critiquing and criticizing every little detail. It makes me sad to think of all of the opportunities to dance that I've missed throughout the years because I was clinging to some ideal picture of who I am as a ballet dancer. I can't do this audition, I can't do this performance, I can't do this class because I'm not where I should be to do that. Does that make sense? Like, I discounted myself without even doing it because I didn't think I was who I should be to do it. I feel like that sounds confusing, but I robbed myself of experiences that I could have had just because I was so stuck on what I thought I should be, who I used to be. I can only be a dancer if I am at my peak, if I am super strong and just doing everything as perfectly as possible. That's so far from the truth. Being a dancer doesn't really have anything to do with technique. I really believe that everyone is a dancer at heart. I mean, what child do you know that doesn't just instinctively dance when you put music on? I've seen it in all of my kids, and it is true that they have pretty much been in a studio their entire life, so they are unique in that aspect, but I've seen it in all children. You put on music and they move their body. They love to dance. So everyone is a dancer, and what is really at the heart of dancing is a love of movement and music, discovering, creating. It's a beautiful thing, and I really, really hope that you will not discount who you are as a dancer and what you bring. So I realize this is sounding really, really cheesy, but it's just what has been on my heart lately as I come back. And I thought some of you might be interested in hearing it. Also, I will link both of those articles below. The one that I wrote 3 years ago that is really flowery about returning to dance, and the one that I wrote last summer that I never posted. I'm gonna go ahead and post it, grammar flaws and all. I haven't posted so many things just because I tend to write whenever thoughts strike me, and then I want to go back and grammar check and spell check and perfect it, but I just don't have time for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and post it as it is. I'll link those posts below, and let me know in the comments below what you think and what your experiences have been if you've taken a break from dance, and then as you've returned back to class, what kind of emotions and thoughts have gone around in your head. I'd really love to hear it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would so love to have you as a subscriber if you're not one already. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.